Hi there, and welcome to the Color Cinema. I have some pretty big news, and a viewer reached out to me, hey there, Uncle Fister, and let me know that there was some. There we go. It's hat time. That the special features for the Night of the Demons 1, 2, and 3 are now available and up to check out. So I thought what we do is check those out because I went to the Show Factory website. I didn't see them there, but he said check out Amazon. Check out your the pictures on Amazon. So let's actually do that. Hey, Swift, welcome, man. Hey there, Matty. As always, if you enjoyed this content, be sure to like, share, subscribe to all that kind of jazz. And if you want to like super sticker, donate, or super chat, feel free to do so because we are going to dive right into this because there are some amazing features on here. I'm not even joking. One that really surprised hell out of me, and we'll get to that one definitely last. But if you go to Amazon.com right now, you can see that the features are all up. The backs are there, and we'll go through each and every one of these right now. So on the 4-cut UHD uncut version, we have the uncut, camera negative, and Dolby Vision. New feature-wise, I'm just going to go over the new. Well, I'll go over all the stuff. Just be short. So we got the idle commentary with Kevin Tenney and the producer Walter Jostin, producer Jeff Jeffrey, got an auto commentary with Kevin Tenney and Steve Johnson, and actors Kathy Podwell, Billy Gallo, and Hal Havens, which we had before. We're getting to the new stuff here now. So on the Blu-ray uncut version, so we get a Blu-ray here as well. You get 4K scan, See You in Hell, interview with writer-producer Joe Augustine. New Coffins and Contortions, interview with actor Jill Terchetta. New Halloween party work print of the film. So we're started out with something kind of cool here. We're getting a Halloween party work print of the film on here for the first time. But it's going to get even better than this, guys. It's going to get even better than this right here. We're going to get the Halloween party title card, and we're going to get the other features that we saw on the other disc. But that's just part one. Let's get into what we have for part two. And on part two here, we're getting a brand new audio commentary with Christy Harris, with Jennifer Rose, Johnny Moran, and Darren Heems. A Tale of Two Demons, director Kevin S. Tenney and Brian Trenchard Smith discuss their entries in the Demons trilogy. Trick or Treat Sucker, an interview with actor Amelia Kincaid. This is a brand new interview. We're getting a new Red Curls and Screams interview with actor Christy Harris. A sequel with Guts interview with producer Jeff Jeffrey. Dailies of the Demons, an hour of dailies from the set. A new Night of Demons 2 work print with alternate scenes, extended scenes, deleted scenes. That's work prints on both of these films here. A new behind-the-scenes photo gallery from makeup effects artist Steven Johnson's archives. And one I really want to mention right here, because we get into part three. New audio commentary with director Jimmy Kaufman, moderated by film historian Greg Van Abler. New audio commentary with writer Kevin S. Tenney and special effects artist Roy. Third Time's the Charm interview with Jimmy Kaufman. One hell of a writer interview with the writer Kevin S. Tenney. Going Up North interview with producer Jeffrey. Angels Up to Old Chicks, another interview with Amelia Kincaid. And here's what gets really cool. There's an alternate director's cut, a completely different version of the film with extended and cut scenes as well. As you come, the Demons fully loaded. So every single one of these films, from the 4K to both Blu-ray sequels, are going to have either work prints, extended cuts, the biggest cuts we have ever seen for any of these films, loaded with features, interviews, brand new commentaries, extras galore. This is massive. It was really big to get the Demons 3 on a Blu-ray anyway, on a good Blu-ray, to get a uncut alternate version. Hey there, Sarah, welcome. On here, and to get work prints of the other two films. I'm not sure if this was going to be coming out or if this kind of leaked slightly ahead of time, but either way, I'm so excited. And the second I saw this, Ron, one, thank you, man, because he sent a message to me to say you got to see these features, and he sent me some pictures, And I looked and I started to read them. I said, I got to make a video about this right away. I have to do a video about this right away because this is massive. This ensures, like, I've got the old Blu-ray edition of Night of the Demons, like from when Scream Factory initially kind of came out. Remember, those were one of the early ones that did it. But this ensures I will be upgrading all three of these films. I don't have 2 and 3, so that's already a given. Like, I was going to get those anyway. I don't have part 2. I'm doing part 3. But man, what's everybody's thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on like on the work prints of these here, on the uncut version, like an absolutely brand new different cut of part 3? Uh, like I know like the features, the interviews now that are fantastic, the new commentaries, all that stuff is great, the new scans. But what are your thoughts on getting like new work prints of the films and an actual like brand new director's cut, a completely different cut of part 3? I'm kind of wondering what you guys are thinking right now. Cuts for me, it was mind blowing. It's extremely exciting news. I mean, I didn't expect it to be this much. I expected like a couple of like features, um, and I expected like maybe some like maybe a new scan, if we're lucky, or new audio. But I did not expect like work print cuts of like on these films, or a brand new scan, a brand new cut of part 3, which I'm very interested in seeing actually, because I've only ever seen part 3, like the DVD edition of that one, back in the day, back when I had the DVD of it. It is must own. It's 100% for me. These are must owns. They're coming out, and I think in October, right? Let's just check here. I'm just gonna X out here. I actually had to keep this stuff up because I was very worried that this was gonna like kind of go off. Yeah, released on October the 3rd, for these releases here. Um, Definite must buys. Like 100%. These are like Halloween. Those are Halloween must haves. Night of the Demons already is a Halloween must have in your collection. I think if you don't own it, and it's a fantastic, it's a fantastic 4K release. Um, but just to see like this much, I love the way they got this done. They've gone old school, with the cover. We're kind of used to this artwork. It'd be interesting to see what the alternate art is. You have 1 and 2. 3. 3 is coming out on October 3rd, Sarah. These here versions, Sarah, have like brand new cuts of the film. So you're going to see the Halloween party work print for part 2, and that's brand new to this here. And you're going to see an uncut director's edition of part 3, like a completely different version of the film, and that's what blows my mind. So it's not just that we got the films and we got like a couple work prints. We got the where there's gonna be like a couple of different like scenes, or a scene here, or like an extra here or there. It's something that's going to have that's kind of mind blowing. And I have to check something here really quickly as we're doing this. I like. So you picked up some stuff at Best Buy. Excellent, Sarah. I'm glad you can still pick up stuff for your Best Buy, because the last time I went to a Best Buy, we did not have hardly any movies there, which is sad. Oh, but yeah, I am. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm overexcited when it comes to this, and we're going to look at the Umbrella release, by the way, that's coming out too. I'm just gonna. Send this off here to a couple of my friends that may not know that I'm on here online and doing this. It is super insane stuff, guys. For those that just came in, we're getting work prints for parts 1 and part 2 with a ton of extra features, and a a completely different alternate director's cut. That's completely different from the original part 3 that came out, and that is going to be some incredible stuff. We're going to look back at that as people come in, but I do want to go in to Umbrella Entertainment and look at the recent upcoming release of Talk to Me, which looks absolutely insane. It's the movies have been getting a lot of praise recently. I saw Danny O'Neill talking about it, who is definitely one of the if you want to talk about A24, Danny talks about A24 a lot. But let's look at this here release note right now. I'm still blown away by the. So we got with the new Talk to Me edition, it's 110 in USD. It has the hand, like a resin version of the hand, a steelbook, 4K UHD, a Blu-ray. After the movie's package, find it Friedkin's TV remake of 12 Young Men, including LeMay's 4K. Oh, nice! I gotta get that. Blu-ray, rigid case, book, and art cards. I'm gonna put that up on the screen there, Maddie, so someone who comes in later, they can see that. I mean, hey there, Senator Dave. Welcome, man. Have you seen the features? We're getting a brand new cut of Part 3 and work prints for Parts 1 and 2, which is incredible. I mean, I guess they could have. Morning, Anubis. But with the amount of special features we're going to be getting from Parts 1 to 3, I mean, it blows my mind. The Halloween Party work print for Part 2 is going to be pretty incredible. A completely different version of Part 3, it's kind of insane too. For those that haven't seen this yet, it is not yet up on Scream as far as I know, or Shout. But if you go to Amazon.com, you can see all the features for Parts 1 to 3. And we can see right here we get new audio commentary. We get two new audio commentaries, brand new interviews, and a director's cut, an alternate director's cut, completely different version of the film with extended cutscenes and much more. So there's more. That's the stuff that we know about. Same here with Part 2. You're going to get a brand new commentary, a ton of new interviews, and I do mean a ton of new interviews. You're going to get an hour of dailies from the set and a work print from Part 2 called under the title was it Halloween Party, or was that for Part 1? So we get the a work print version of that as well, of course. And we get to the first one right here, and you can see we get the Halloween Party work print of the first film with alternate Halloween Party title card, because that was an alternate name for the film. This one here, you're going to get brand new interviews on here. This is the only one I think that doesn't have a new commentary, but with new work prints, new interviews for each of these films, new commentaries for Parts 2 and 3. It's just it is insane to think the work that's been put into these releases. Now, it doesn't mention anything about a new 4K or 2K scan of the film. So what I'm guessing, we still don't know when it comes to some of that. But right now, 1 to 3 is coming out on October the 3rd. It's looking like releases that absolutely have become kind of from curiosities to absolute must-haves. We're looking here at the Let Me In, kind of the Talk to Me one. And as you can see, the whole thing concept, you got the hand where you put your name on, if you know the movie. If you dare write your name and play the game. It looks like it's expensive, but it's this is something that if you're an A24 fan, you're gonna want this. If you're a fan of the movie, you're definitely gonna want this. Because 48-page bound book for this one here. We get a polyresin hand from a scan of the official movie prop. That's pretty amazing. You get a marker, and the thing is, marker color may vary from product image. I'm not sure if that means we're we're going to get like a different color marker, or there may be different color markers depending on what you get. There's 8 art cards here as well. We got a custom designed outer rigid slipcase, and that's got a slipcase like it's out of the steelbook, because this is a steelbook. It's an A3 reversible poster as well, limited edition, numbered release, audio commentary. Talk to me, Sydney premiere, talk to me behind the scenes, interviews with cast and crew, deleted scenes, and trailer. It is limited to 3,000 in total. So if it's something that you want, it is definitely something to pre-order before Halloween. It'll make a nice, fun curio. Can you imagine like getting with your friends together? Like you got your Night of the Demon stuff, you got your Talk to Me, right? And you're getting ready for like a Halloween party. Hopefully you don't have Angela there, but you got like the you got the Talk to Me hand in the middle of the counter. You're sitting down. You're gonna watch the movie. You're gonna watch the work prints of the movie too, because you're like me. You're gonna be beast. You're gonna watch all of it. You're gonna watch that sexy, like completely different version of part 3. A lot of stuff to check out, man. There's a lot of stuff. Halloween is becoming like a good time again. Like it's been a bit since we've been able to like really like, okay, what? So I'm trying to remember what came out last year that was really a must for me. And I'm sure there's something that I'm forgetting. But these 3 right here, absolutely. If I could afford it, totally would get that Let Me In thing. Just a free handout. Shoot. That would be the thing. To freak it out. So what are your guys' thoughts? What's everybody's thoughts here on like on these releases? I want to dive into some more stuff, but I'm just waiting to see if anything. I know that there's some other stuff that was announced today that I want to talk about. I know, isn't that the thing, man? Isn't that the thing? So let's dive to Via Vision, because I'm pretty sure Via Vision that's an announcement for. I know they got the big sale on for that, but they got the Carry On Volume 3, and there's a limited edition run on those coming out right now. It does let you go out and actually pick up like 3 of them together as well, which like there's a bundle right here. So this is limited edition. There's like only 1,000 of these available. It's coming. Its release date is November the 8th. We're getting Carry On Spying, Carry On Cleo, which is a sexy Carry On, but not like one of the best Carry Ons. They are sneaky, man. That's like, was a Darkman. Like there was like a Liam Neeson interview in there, and it's not even mentioned on back to box. The Blob features are up there too. Let's check those out. Hells to the yes. See what we're going to get for the Blob. So it's a 4K coming out of the 1988 Blob, which again is another absolutely fantastic film. One of those films where I say the remake is definitely like my favorite. Okay, so what we got here? So we got a new 4K remaster of the film on this one right here in Dolby Vision, which I'm glad we get the Dolby Vision version of that one. So it looks like we're going to get a lot of the same features. Not seeing anything like listed or marked as new anyway, but I have to look at my other disc. But I think this one here is mostly going to be an upgrade in a tick when it comes to like to quality as well. So let's dive into Pumpkinhead as well, because I'm very curious to see if they've done anything with Pumpkinhead. So we're getting new scans from the OCN for Pumpkinhead, and we're getting new scans for the Blob. I don't think we're getting anything like upgraded aside from that. Everything else looks to be the same. Hey there, Cinematech. Did you see the features on the? But that being said, you never know until you get some of these releases. Sometimes that's the way it goes, and other times it's like Night of the Demons, and it's like every possible thing you could imagine or want to be on that release, and then some is there, and that's what they did with Night of the Demons. So I am super stoked on that. It's going to be a nice Halloween, guys. It's going to be a really good Halloween. I do like this here. We got the Carry On one. It's only 1,000 copies of these, which is kind of kind of shocking. Got a 112-page booklet. 112 pages is a book. You got a worldwide Blu-ray premiere for Carry On Spying. So we've never had this one on Blu-ray before. Got audio commentaries on all 4 of the films. We got textless titles here for Carry On Spying, theatrical trailers, photo galleries. There is a sale on right now. If you want to buy all 3 Blu-ray bundles all together, you can get them for $164. And if you want to know what's in there, so we know Carry On Spying, Carry On Cleo, Carry On Kill-By, and Carry On Screaming is in volume 3. And in volume 2, we get Carry On Regardless, Carry On Cruising, which is really, really good, Carry On Cabby, which is one of my personal favorites, and Carry On Jack. Oh, they will. They've already loaded those up, so it's never a thing that I'm disappointed. Like, they did some great stuff here. Carry On Sergeant, Carry On Nurse, Carry On Teacher, and Carry On Constable. Like, I did a video recently where I showed my entire Scream Factory collection. I talked about it. I said it's basically an offense of Scream Factory, and I stand by that. I especially stand by that now. Like, these releases are, it's amazing to get these releases with so many features, get so much stuff on them. Just incredible stuff. Shout's been killing it recently. I know there's been sometimes there's issues with some 4Ks and stuff like that, and you got to and replacement this, but I'm seeing that coming across the board with a lot of companies. But they do tend to address it. The imprint. I know it's kind of its own thing, right? Maybe it's because they were with Studio Canal for these. Studio Canal for these. I know Studio Canal put these out in the in BBC in the UK. But yeah, no, it is great. Audio commentaries in every single one of these films. There, every release you're going to get 100. Well, no, number 2, you don't get a booklet. You don't get a book. But volume 1 and volume 3, you get a 112-page book listed there. And if you got the bones, the UK TV sale is absolutely frigging amazing. But right now, so we got these here. So how much is it going to take you back? So you live in the US, this is Amazon.com, by the way, that I'm checking out right now to do this here. Coming out on October 3rd for all 3 Night of the Demons films. You're going to get them for less than $100 altogether if you pre-order them. $28.53 for a Night of the Demons 3. $28.53 for Night of the Demons 2. I'm going to spend $34 probably for Night of the Demons. 32, actually, 32. I actually want to see what I want to get a price differential for Amazon.ca, see if they're actually even there, right? Night of the Demons 4K. How much does it cost us here? $49. There you go. $39 for the other 2 releases. I want to see if the actual the pictures are up, and Amazon puts those pictures up early, man. I would say eventually, it was a well-regarded release, I would eventually say we should get one. I love the cheesiness of this here. How long has it been since everybody's seen Night of the Demons 3? Especially Night of the Demons 3, right? Alternate director's cut, completely different version of the film. That really intrigues me. That really, really intrigues me. And I'm a guy, I know work print copies, for 1 and 2, they're not going to be massively wonderful quality because of work prints. But I'm a fan that loves a good work print. I remember back in the day before a lot of these films were released, when you're waiting to get releases of these films, and sometimes you go onto websites and the most you could find sometimes was either a VHS rip of it because it never gotten the DVD at the time, for certain films, or you had some fans that really kind of that liked it and found alternate scenes and found all types of stuff and put these work prints together. And it was at the time when you're a collector and you're waiting for these movies to come out and you're a massive fan Like the work print was the holy grail, kind of like before like Halloween 6 came out, right? Like we all saw that theatrical cut, but everybody wanted to get their hands on that producer's cut. Like the producer's cut for Halloween 6, that was the holy grail. You'd either you go to a convention and pick one up, you'd go online, you try to find one somewhere. Usually you'd have to send away a Video Search Mammy or place like that, and just go and you'd find these films that just weren't available. Because here's the thing, and I think hopefully this is one of the things that's going to prove it. When the companies put the money and the time in, the effort to put out releases that we enjoy and that has things on it like that are definitely meant for fans, because a work print is definitely something um, that's meant for the fans. I don't really think they're overpriced anymore. I mean, like I think at this point, if you go and you look at some of the some releases like that Vinegar Syndrome puts out, or some of the releases that Severin puts out, um, that then it's comparable now. If I go on to just to give you an example, I go to Vinegar Syndrome right now and I look for a 4K release. The regular 4K release um, is still going to be like, it's 29 on sale, but it's 45, it's 32, it's 30, and if they actually have a sale, then it goes to half of this price. Some of the other releases like Sidekicks or things like that. And for me, it's like I love the great packaging that we see with some of those releases, but there's a ton of stuff on this. Like there's like this is if you want the movies, these are the way that you want them. Cardona, they can by putting Cardona Volume 2, it's pretty much ensured that it might be before November, before you even start looking at. I'm looking at October, but just barely. But I'm a little soured now, Cinematech. I'm soured, man. Um, but like I said before, and everybody to each their own with the type of films that you like. It's just for me, when I look at the movies that I pull off the shelf and I put into my 4K player more often, it's this type. It's the Night of the Demon stuff. It's the slasher film. It's the 80s and 90s horror stuff that I just absolutely want. That I grew up on, and stuff that kind of just became a part of my regular like movie watching diet. When I was in high school, when I was in college, on from there. I remember like sometimes I didn't always have like friends like would watch like the horror movie stuff with me, like I do like Hannah watch some stuff with me. So I'd be watching all this stuff on my own, and it was my comfort space. So I would go on and these Night of Demons or like a slasher film, um, Cruel Intentions. That series, the Wild Thing series. Those are like comfort movies for me. Those are movies I can put on at any time. Doesn't matter how many times I've seen them, and I'm never bored, and I'm never stressed. That is the biggest compliment I can give to a film for me personally. If I can put it on at any time and watch it, and I'm not bored, I'm not stressed out, I'm just ready and there to watch a film. I'm going to be working on a video for my Patreon coming up soon, where I'm going to be talking about the Cruel Intentions franchise. Actually, I actually got to watch last night the 2016 pilot for Cruel Intentions that never became a series with Sarah Michelle Gellar, which was very interesting to check out. So I'm going to go through the entire series, and I'll be going talking about like parts 1, 2, and 3, Manchester Prep. How Manchester Prep became part 2, and talking about the 2016 pilot as well. And we'll get into that eventually. So keep an eye out for that. I got a bit of research to do, but I'm working on a Patreon video for that. So if you're a fan of like that type of stuff, or the Wild Thing stuff, or the quadrology, that type of thing, I'm going to put some of those up as Patreon exclusive videos in the near future. But we get this point where we wonder, right? Like we see things online, like, oh, physical media is dead. Nobody's buying physical media anymore. Everything's streaming. And then we go out and we see this. We see stuff like this. We see stuff like this right here. And it couldn't be more. So whenever I see like, oh, physical media is dead or anything like that, it couldn't be more tone deaf. It couldn't be more tone deaf. And kind of like lack of self-awareness. Radiance, Franco Nero set at the moment. Oh, nice. Might be the best box set of the year. I heard great things about that set. And I haven't got any Radiance stuff yet. I did reach out to Radiance a while back, and I got heard back from them, but I'm gonna reach out to them again, because I did want to try to get some review copies from some Radiant stuff, and we'll see how that goes. I got the reviews coming up this weekend with one of my live videos, so we're going to be looking at some different review stuff, some stuff that I got recently, and I wanted to go through a review cycle of that. And if you watch my TikTok channel, and then I'll be doing like kind of mini reviews on there as well for different stuff, along with my kind of my cheesy fun stuff that I do. Well, this was like the news that I wanted to dive into today. I was hoping that I'm kind of hoping that more stuff pops up. My cousin's going home for vacation, and he just sent me a message that he'd gotten onto the ferry. So safe travels, Raj. Safe travels. That's me in November. Except the ferry part. Hopefully I don't have to do that. Yeah, totally dead, man. So what are you thinking, Malcolm, about these here releases? Look at this. So I know you weren't here at the beginning, or either that or you're insanely quiet. Amazon dropped the features by showing the backs of the boxes for Night of the Demons, all 3 releases. We're getting brand new interviews from Joe Augustine, from Joe Torshida. We're getting a new work print, the Halloween Party work print of the first film. It comes to part 2. This is when it starts to get really insane, because there's a brand new audio commentary, brand new interviews, and again, a ton of interviews, a crap ton of interviews, a hour of dailies from the set, a brand new work print with alternate scenes, extended scenes, deleted scenes. Insanely great. We get to part 3. Again, 2 brand new audio commentaries, a bunch of interviews, a alternate director's cut, Malcolm, of the film, with a completely different version of the film. Not just like with some extras, with a completely different version of the film, with extended cutscenes. This is insane. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm so stoked that there's so many like cool, amazing interviews and stuff coming on to this release, to these releases. And I'm glad that they really kind of like loaded it up. But for like super fans of these films, like I'm a super fan of these films, you know that. I'm an 80s guy. I love my Scream Factory collection is one of the shining things that I got. Um, so like I have a lot. You guys know I have a lot of them. Would these be ones that I'm adding to my collection? Oh my God, yes. Because we're get like work prints for me. Like that's the key thing. You put a work print on a release, and I'm going to buy your film because I remember the days, and you probably do too, Malcolm. The wilderness years, like I called them, like use a Doctor Who term because Doctor Who had a term called, Doctor was not. The wilderness years when we didn't get a lot of this stuff, and you had to go online to find the work. You had to find like work prints, and if you could, like, it wouldn't even be in the quality that you get them like nowadays. It is gonna be expensive, but isn't it gonna be amazing, Warlock? Come on, like. Here's one thing I think we can both agree on, Warlock. We're gonna buy these, right? We're gonna buy these releases. The lipstick disappearing trick used to freak me out when I was a kid, man. But when I was a kid, also uh, remember remember the scene in the convenience store? Yep. Every bar remembers the scene in the convenience store. So I'd like to. I mean, this is insane. It's insane. I did not expect. I expected them to maybe to put a couple features on here. If I was lucky, a commentary. Uh, I did not at any point think, oh man, this is going to be, um, we're going to grab some. We're going to get like a crap ton of interviews, and oh yeah, it's going to be work prints, and this part 3 is going to give us an alternate, never before seen version. So I wish these were all 4K. But that being said, the first one's a classics. It's 4K. The other ones were straight to, kind of straight to DVD. So I get why they're not 4K. I understand it. Having these here on Blu-ray, let's actually check because I'm on now that we know that all those are out there. Let's see if we've got the features for My Bloody Valentine yet, because this stuff has been leaking from Amazon's really good at leaking this stuff. For those that don't know, they also I'm not sure if it was mentioned yet, but the let's see if we have anything on this one. Sadly, Malcolm, we don't yet, but I'll keep an eye on it. And the second that we get like some features on there, because it'll save me a bit of money with the fact that they're on Blu-ray as well. But yeah, that means, like, even for me, like, how much is this going to? I want to see how much this is going to cost me, because more than likely it's going to. So around $40, maybe a little bit on sale if I'm lucky. 50 for the 4K. Usually Sunrise has a little bit cheaper when it comes out. So yeah, I'm looking at probably like a little under 100 for those releases, but it's a complete series. There's nothing else in that series you got. Insanely good stuff. Work prints, alternate cuts, interviews, commentaries. It is, yeah. No, I mean, like, even like, it's not bad at all, especially when you put on like. Did you buy the Carry On thing? Made it, Malcolm. I kind of bet, and you bought the Carry On thing. On a real like quick thing for people that like that watch my thing and actually collect the comic thing, I'm just going to show you one thing right now. That popped up today, and I'm not sure how much it is and where you guys are, but Justice League Rebirth, Justice League Dark, the Rebirth Omnibus is coming out, going over 1,400 pages, and God, I hope the price goes down because that is like the peak era of that, of that there. Let's dive back into the movies again because I know that's what you guys are looking for. Kill it. That's it, man. And the thing is, guys, after we finished our video, after Malcolm and me finished the video yesterday, I sent him pictures of another two books that I had because I'm evil like that. But this stuff here, I'm trying to think if anything else came out that I need to talk about, or if this is going to be this kind of like hack slash. Did you see those? Those are so good. The first volume, which I don't have, my daughter has it though, has like hack slash versus Chucky. For those that don't know, hack slash was a comic book that dealt with Cassie, who was had this gene where she would kind of like attract and kind of like kill serial killers. Like her mother was a serial killer, and she would attract her. She was something within her would attract her to serial killers. She would like use that to kill them. She has this kind of like this guy with her called Vlad, who's almost like a Frankenstein type big dude, very kind of naive character. They've been trying to make like a movie out of or TV show out of it for years. Tim Seeley's stuff is fantastic, eh? But they've never been able to do it yet. But for those that are interested in exactly what hack slash is, before we go back to the films, I know. So I got some of these here, but this is I don't know. These omnibuses here that came out a few years back are actually really, really good. But there are deluxe editions out there as well. But if you're a slasher fan and you're and you're comic fan, you want something like sexy, there's hack slash. And one of the ones I got, I think it's volume 2. She teams up with the Suicide Girls. I kid you not, guys. Couldn't make that one if I tried. And I think some of them are still available. So if you want like some good Halloween reading coming up around, or Halloween is coming up, there's these here omnibuses, but there's these big sexy deluxe editions as well for the series. Look at this right here. Got freaking like Vampirella, Evil Ernie, Chastity, Purgatory, all put into that. Look how cool that looks, man. Got a cool 80s kind of comic, like kind of video store vibe to it. It's insane. I mean, it is insane how good that like we've got it right now when it comes to this stuff. Well, see, there you go, Malcolm. You got your hack slash books. Get the nice big editions of those. Got your Night of the Demons. All set for Halloween. Week of Halloween, right? You put your Let Me Talk to Me like resin hand in the middle with your snacks. Maybe you got a friend over. You take the marker, you write your hand on there because you're gonna hold the hand and play the game. Talk to Me is great. It is. That's fun. It's a fun one, man. It's beginning to look a lot like Halloween. It really is. It's really starting to remember the time when we were stuck inside and we didn't see much. Halloween was kind of like it was there, but it kind of wasn't. It's beginning to feel like Halloween again, guys. It's really beginning to feel like Halloween again. Exactly. The directors did come from YouTube. And as always, guys, if you want to help out us YouTubers right here, this one in particular, you can super chat, super sticker, donate. It helps out the channel. We are looking to not, unfortunately, hit our donation amount for Google AdSense this month, but you want to help out, you can, and don't, and like, share, subscribe. That always really helps. I turn talk to me over the top cross. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's gonna be somebody at there's gonna like somebody's gonna try and break that like talk to me uh like thing. They're gonna get they're gonna have a Halloween party. Some jerk gets drunk and thinks that he can like arm wrestle it. Got to be careful with that. There you go. So, and you know that Malcolm does do some crazy stuff. But sadly, we every week I get a notification from. Thank you, Cinematech. Thank you so much. And for a change, as I've done so many of the other ones, with the cake, I got to film the other ones tonight. Actually, I'm gonna film some new ones tonight. You guys seen the mask? I got the lucha mask, so I'm gonna film some stuff for those tonight. For those that don't know, that was a tiramisu cake. All three. Yeah, no, I'm blown away, guys. I'm really blown away. I want to thank Ron for like reaching out to me and letting me know that this was here, because without him, he reached out to me on Facebook. I would not have known that this was available. So definitely credit where credit is due when it comes to this. Um, so I want to begin to like talk about these because these are films that I like. If it was, if this was like, if the film that was so big on. I mean, it's resin. So at least it's not it's not. I don't. So it's not plastic. So that's good, right? It is resin, right? I think it's resin. Yeah, no, it's resin. So it should be good. I mean, like replica polyresin hand. So that'll be better than like kind of like just kind of a light plastic Cematec. Um, so hopefully, a nice solid resin. And the only thing that concerns me, they're gonna have to package it well, because it is resin. So you don't want it like to chip or break. Hey, I didn't even know if you'd be home today. You would have been in here, man. Thank you so much, dude. We're gonna do the one that you inspired here. You sincerely rock. There you go. Because I thought about it. I'm like, this is Malcolm. No, Malcolm's doing his walk right now. I know what time of day this is. Malcolm does something that I need to do: start walking. It does a bit. I mean, but resin does tend to look like that, though. The only thing with resin cinematic is you got to be really careful with the way that you the way that you package it and when you display it. But overall, it should be fairly good. Yeah. So, okay. Well, the next time, well, I apologize. Something, Malcolm. Something you want to know? I was going to send you. Oh no, actually, I will send you pictures because I mentioned it to. I mentioned it on here, but I found the 2016 pilot to Cruel Intentions last night with Sarah Michelle Gellar. Pictures incoming. Hey there, Dad. Hey, Rafe. It's true. Like you see, like I mentioned before, like the Saturday Night Live, like the Star Wars thing, and it's like play with the new Star Wars. And it's fantastic. That's what really surprised me. That was going to be like kind of like a bootleg quality type thing, but it is like it looks like it was filmed. Maybe it was shown once, or at least shown on or there's a copy that went around. But yeah, I'll see if I can find a way to get you a copy of it. Actually, see if it works. That's like going. Did anybody ever like remember when you're like a kid, like if the Bloody Mary thing was around where you're at? It was where I was when I was a kid, and you get to like you get some friends over, and you like kind of dare yourself. You start off like telling like stories, but then you kind of like dare yourself, like to do things. And it would start out like, oh yeah, do you want to? Like, eventually, we'll come to the Bloody Mary thing, all right? And I guess eventually for younger people younger than me, the Candyman thing. Like even though it was a movie, I'm willing to bet there's kids out there that were daring, like other kids, like around Halloween or during sleepover type thing, to go into the bathroom, close the door, keep the lights off, look in the mirror. You gotta say it. You gotta say a Candyman. You gotta say Bloody Mary. It's part of my childhood. So I'm guessing it's part of your childhood too, and you do the hand thing there. I'm guessing Candyman's probably part of your childhood. You're a bit younger than me, so. But Bloody Mary was the thing for us. It was our go-to thing to creep each other out. I used to be the kid that would be at the party that would tell the creepy stories that would make other people go home. I don't know if I can. You're gonna get me like banned, Malcolm. Careful. But no, it was like I remember those times. But this has me excited, guys. I am excited about Halloween. Uh, I'm excited about Halloween releases. It's we're getting late out. For those that are unaware, it's today is Texas Chainsaw Massacre Day. So what that means is that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game comes out today. And if you've got an Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S, and you've got Game Pass, then you've got it. And hopefully you've pre-installed it. I'm actually going to go and be playing that in a few minutes because I think now is it like 3 or 4 p.m. It launches and it's going to be opened up. So I'm not sure how the servers are going to be. It's only going to be there in like 3 maps. But what it is basically is kind of like the Friday 13th game, except you have like a team that are the survivors, and there's a team that are the family, and there's like Leatherface. There's a new female character. There's a hitchhiker. There's another guy, and you kind of fight against each other to try and survive. To see who's going to make it. Is the family going to get there? Are they going to get all the victims? Are they going to go and are they going to make survivors victims? Are they going to take the blood and feed it to the grandpa? Because you do that in the game, by the way. Or are you going to be? Are the survivors going to actually stay survivors and make it out and get away from the family? Because you can't kill the family, but you can escape from them. But here we go. This year, it is going to be tough. Last year was Hellraiser. Oh man, last year was Hellraiser, and Hellraiser's got the 4Ks coming out. Some of the I actually didn't mind later sequels. I do get it though. Like they're not good films. They're objectively not good movies, but they're fun movies. It's like the Children of the Corn, right? When you get to latter Children of the Corn films, or you get to the latter Howling stuff, like Howling 7 and Howling Reborn, right? They're not good films, but you watch them because they're part of the franchise and they're kind of like fun. fun, cheesy films. Only watched the two first films of Night of the Demons. Yeah, and the third one's coming out. Not only that, but now, Rafe, you can watch the third one and see a director's cut version of the film that is completely different than the original part 3. So that doubles it for you. Puppet Master is another one. Like, people forget this, but Puppet Master actually does have a video game out. I know that my daughter, she has been one of the beta testers for the game. Finally getting the Tales of Adventure set. So if you need to know where to ship some of that stuff, Malcolm, like I can give you the address, like in Morocco, so you can ship it out this way. For Puppet Master and Amityville franchise. Well, the other franchise. Well, Amityville. See, here's the thing. Amityville as a franchise, there's only really 7 and a remake, like legit, like part of the franchise. Everything else is like basically, because Amityville's a place, anybody can use the name. So Amityville Karen and Amityville like Christmas Vacation, Amityville like that. They're not like legit like Amityville films. Better be movies and comics. But with that being said, guys, I am going to go and ready my chainsaw. And maybe when I figure this out, eventually, Amityville backpack. Normally, I would say that that's a joke, but I know because of Amityville, it's not. It's not a joke. Yeah, no, like the only official actual official sequels are the first, Amityville 1, 2, and 3, and then there's Amityville Curse series, which is like 7 of them, right? So there's 4 in the set, right? And then there's the Amityville one with Belle, with what's her name? The girl from like that kid that she's not a kid now, but she was in The Babysitter, and she was the first victim in the Scream TV series. So the one with her in it, and the girl got to play the Joker in the Gotham series, and the remake. It's been the backpack film. San Rosa Studios. Okay, with that being said, Bella Thorne, thank you, Robert. That would have killed me, man. Bella Thorne. Yeah, that's a hard one to get past, Maddie. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to get past. I am going to rev the chainsaw up, try and have some fun, and I will see you guys soon, right here in the College Cinema, guys. It's beginning to look a lot like Halloween. Malcolm, good. Hopefully you'll be in here next time so we can actually chat some more about this and some upcoming stuff as well. Keep an eye out for some Patreon videos that are coming too, including one that's going to talk about one of my comfort film series is Cruel Intentions. See you soon.